What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another football video. So here's my recap of the Mexico and the Canada game. So what can I say about this game? What a crazy winner right there for Mexico. Mexico, they come up in stoppage time and they beat Canada 2-1 to set up a rematch with USA at the final this Sunday, I believe on August 1st. So I'm going to watch that game. And one thing that really impressed me about this tournament was just how far Canada managed to make it, especially with their crazy upset win over Costa Rica. Like, you got to admit, tonight, Canada, they played pretty well against Mexico, I feel like, especially with that equalizer. Like, I thought this was going to be one of those games where Mexico was going to get a comfortable 3-0 win. So you got to admire this Canada football team's fighting spirits, but Mexico, they just proved to be the better team today. But when it comes to that penalty, do I think that should have been a penalty? No, I don't think that should have been a penalty. But listen, when it comes to football, man, bad calls just happen all the time. And of course, that penalty is probably going to be debatable by fans on social media. But in my opinion, I don't think that should have been a penalty right there. But still doesn't take away the fact that tonight, man, Mexico, they just were able to get it done in stoppage time. You know, Canada right there, you know, that was a tough way for Canada to go out. But you just gotta admit, that play right there at the end by Mexico for them to push for that game winner was pretty crazy. But I don't know why the heck the referee allowed the game to continue after 7 minutes of stoppage time. But that was just a tough way for Canada to go out, just because, man, Canada, you just gotta admit how they were able to play against Mexico and just hold their ground against Mexico. You know, that was just absolutely incredible. Now, I have no idea why Alphonso Davies wasn't included in Canada's squad for this tournament, but for Canada to just play really well without Alphonso Davies, their star player, is just pretty impressive about this Canadian squad. And I believe that this is the farthest that Canada has ever made it in a tournament since, I believe, last time they made it this far was 2007. And when it comes to the USA and the Mexico rematch preview, I'm probably gonna have that video out for another day, most likely tomorrow, because currently, now that the Euros are over, we have the CONCACAF tournament and the Olympics. But I haven't really been paying attention too much to the Olympics. But the CONCACAF final, yes, I will watch that. And I knew this was going to be another USA and Mexico rematch. You know, USA earlier, they beat Mexico in the final of the what was it, the CONCACAF Nations League, I believe. Yeah, that's what it's called. So now it's going to be another final rematch between USA and Mexico. So it's going to be interesting to see how USA can perform, you know, against Mexico, because this is going to be a rematch of the 2019 final. But despite the loss, you got to give Canada props here. I think that Canada deserved way more props tonight, especially just for the way how they were able to play Mexico pretty tough. But in the first half, you know, Mexico, they were just absolutely pressing Canada's back four, because Mexico, they struck first with that penalty, but then that response by Canada was absolutely crazy. You know, just Canada, they didn't give up. And that's what you got to admire about this Canadian football team, is that despite them being down 1-0, they didn't give up. They still fought. You know, they were just able to hit Mexico on the counter, because that's one thing that I noticed about Canada's football team in the second half, is just they were able to constantly hit Mexico on the counter. Well, mostly in the first half, you know, I don't understand how Canada didn't score from that counter play, because Canada, they looked really dangerous on the counter, if you ask me. And Mexico, they had issues defending the counter attack tonight at times, but it still doesn't matter, because Mexico, they still got the win today. But like I said before, man, that penalty, I believe that was not a penalty at all. I don't think that should have been a penalty awarded right there. But stuff like that in football happens, and it wasn't the first time, and it's probably not going to be the last time that stuff like this happens. And one thing I want to say about this game is that, of course, you know, this game was also stopped for a bit just because of that offensive chant in the crowd. And I don't know what the heck is up with those type of offensive chants, but stuff like that at games really needs to stop. Seriously, dude, it's really pathetic that that stuff continues to happen. So I don't know why the heck that stuff continues to happen, but that was just absolutely ridiculous and just uncalled for with that, you know, chant in the crowd, which I'm not even going to say what they were chanting and all that stuff. But of course, stuff like that ruins the game of football for me, just because football is supposed to be a game that brings people together and not cause any sorts of division or any of that stuff, you know. So that's pretty much it here with the recap, ladies and gents. Let me know what you thought about this game in the comment section below, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and peace.